Hi, I'm Terry Brock, and I got a message I want to share with you right now, my fellow Stemians. It's really, really important. This is one that we hear a lot about from many different people, and the idea is you follow your passion and the money will be there. There's a book out by that as well, and a lot of people think, yeah, that's the key, is have your passion. And I want to share some insights on that maybe you'll resonate with and think about as well. That I think it's more than just your passion, because I often jokingly say, hey, if your passion is tsetse flies from Ethiopia in the 15th century, and boy, you get all excited about that, well, that's real good, Sparky, but there's not a lot of market demand for that. Your passion is good. You need that passion when you're in business or you're pursuing any goal, that you're going to really be devoted to it and you're going to do the kind of things that you need to do. The passion is what keeps you going. When it's one of those 10 o'clock on a Friday night and you're exhausted and tired, it's been one of those weeks. Lots of things went wrong. You're feeling like, oh man, am I going to make it? Can I do it at all? And you need to do that little extra. The passion keeps you going, so you'll say, okay, hold it. I'm either going to go to bed right now, I'm going to get up and charge into it tomorrow morning, or maybe you decide, okay, I'm going to get a cup of coffee, maybe a couple here, and I'm going to finish this sucker no matter what it takes. If it takes me until midnight or 1 or 2, whatever. So you got to have that passion, but that's not enough. And I would even dare say you got to be careful about it being the starting point. The reason? You can be passionate about something, but in a business sense, if the market isn't there to support you, you're in trouble. Yeah, you might be passionate about those, my goofy theoretical example of the tsetse flies in Ethiopia of the 15th century. Real good, but there's not a big market demand for that. What you got to do is find that intersection, like a Venn diagram of things crossing where you have passion, but you've also got a lot of expertise. I mean, you're really good. If you're just passionate about making cookies, but you really don't know how to do it, well, you better learn how to do it first before you start baking cookies and then offering them to others for sale. I mean, there's a step that you go through to do it right, do it medically sound, make sure it's healthy, make sure you're legal in doing it, and those kind of things. You don't want government coming by and shutting you down and all that. But what you've got to do is do those things that have the combination of, number one, your expertise. You want to have superior expertise in something so that people go, whoa, she really knows how to do that. Hey, she's good. You want this da-da-da-da done? You need to contact her. She knows how to do it. You want that kind of expertise, and that comes from paying the price. You got to study, you've got to read, you got to take the classes, you got to watch the YouTube videos, you're going to take the courses. Yeah, you're going to hire the coaches. You're going to do those things. That's the key. Ben Franklin said it really well. He said, pour the coins of your pocket into your mind, and your mind will overflow your pocket with coins. Now, actually, I think he said purse, but you get the idea. Yeah, you take those coins, the paper out of your pocket, pour it into your mind. Learn valuable skills, market valuable skills. Again, not something esoteric that's really goofy. What you want is something that people go, hey, I need to know that. You can do that? How much would you charge me to do that? This is the way you succeed in business. And then you have that passion of something you got to do. Because let's face it, you got a lot of people are like this. They got expertise somewhere. A lot of people want it, but they really don't like it. And they're going, I'm just doing this job only because it makes money. Well, that's no way to keep living. You do that for a while. You get through what you got to do, but then you go from there. I remember when I was finishing up my MBA program, there was a new emerging thing. This was years ago. Here's the new emerging thing called spreadsheets, electronic spreadsheets. And VisiCalc was a big one, SuperCalc. And then this new kid on the block came that I thought really had some potential called Lotus 123. Yep, that's the one, Lotus 123. So I took what we learned in cash flow statements with pro forma income statements and cash flow and all those kind of net present values and all that kind of stuff they cram into your brain and that. And I said, let me put that, instead of on a green paper with all the columns and rows and stuff, put that on one of these newfangled spreadsheets. And so I showed people how to do that, showed people what to do, how to make it work, how to put it together. And people wanted to know that. And I did practical real world applications. There were people that were in real estate at that time doing syndication. They hired me to come in and design the models for them so they could put a number in here and say, well, what if the interest rate goes to this? Put in a new number and it would ripple across the screen. What if we had this in sales or we raised our price to this? How would that affect us? I would stand in front of accountants and I would show accountants how to do this thing. And it was a new thing at the time. And I often joke, I said, and many of those accountants, when they saw that happening and how fast it was, they came dangerously close to having an emotion. which can be scary for an accountant, I think. I'm just kidding. For any accountants watching, I'm just kidding you. But you get the idea. The idea is you got to do what you can do really well, and you get better and better at it all the time. And you want to do what the market is saying, and you have passion. That's the way I think you do it. I like the way that Cal Newport talked about it in his wonderful book, which uses as the title a Steve Martin phrase, so good they can't ignore you. That's your goal. Be so good that they can't ignore you. I think it was Randy Pausch, the professor who was at Carnegie Mellon many years ago. He's since passed away, but he said he got ahead. He did really well, got his accreditation, or not accreditation, but he got a lot of awards there and tenure and all those kind of things that professors get because he did really well. He said, if you ever want to find out why I did and what I did to get there, call me in my office at 10:30 on a Friday night, and I'll tell you why. See, that's the key. You got to be willing to pay the price. Be willing to put in the time, the money, and the energy to make it happen. You do that, then you got a much better chance of succeeding. So I'm Terry Brock. Hey, I'd look forward to hearing from you. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment below. And if you think, hey, this is a bunch of nonsense, well, let me know. If you like it, I want to hear from you on that too. Either way. Hope you have a great day, and thank you so much for joining me today.